Welcome back to GolfCenter.tv. I'm Steve Gerald, and we have with us Bridget Bell-Weber. She is an author. McCleary's Mulligan. It's a mystery set. I take it on a golf course or at a golf club.
It is. Thanks, Steve. It's a mystery, and it involves a comeback story. And the culminating scenes are at Montreux. But it's really not so much about golf as it is about relationships and life and things people learn as they're out networking and playing together.
Some of the zen of golf, then, I guess, is what you're focused on?
It is, because I am basically a hacker. I think my bio on the back of the book says I'm an avid, I have an avid slice.
Bridget Bell-Weber, Annapolis. Hacker. It's right here.
Yeah.
Hacker.
It's true.
Yeah. It's your first novel.
It is, and I've gotten a lot of interesting feedback from the golf course. I used to play with my family in this tournament, and we used to call it the Divorce Open, because by the end of it, everyone hated everyone else, and different alliances were formed, and that kind of started the game.
Oh, that could be fun. Golf Survivor. Maybe
yes.
That's for the next book.
Or maybe Desperate Golfers, because that's what we turn into by the end of it.
You know, thinking of the game of golf in general, obviously you've had a chance to think about not just playing the game, but some of the psychology and the behind-the-scenes philosophy and zen of the game as well. What do you think about golf as a game for let's start first with relaxing. Let's start first with that.
I think people have different goals when they go out to play, and one of the nice things about golf, for anyone, whether you golf or you don't, and bringing new people into the game, is that some people just want to get out there and network and have fun and play. I gave a speech last week to the Chesapeake Ladies Golf Association, and there's a lot of women that are out there just to have fun. They don't want to keep score. They don't want to be competitive. They want to get a little exercise, reconvene with their buddies. That's not their purpose, whereas others are very serious and they want to get out and really score well and win tournaments and that sort of thing. And compete. And some women want to actually go and meet men. So there are a lot of different reasons to be out there. And what we're finding is all kinds of people are out. Kids and families and you name it.
All right, let's do perception reality for first-time golfers. Let's say women golfers. Perception, competitive, men's game, hard game, no fun. Reality?
I think the perception is actually a great place to start. Because so many women, I think, if they even try to come to the golf game, they're quickly dismayed and they don't want to come back. But I think many places, and Washington Golf is a great example because they really cater toward women who are just starting out, who maybe have just a flirting interest with it, of telling them it's okay, you don't have to be great, we want you to come back. You don't have to play 18 holes. You can come out and just enjoy, and they have great products and services. It doesn't have to be about scoring well, and I think that's one of the best things, because once you're out there, it can be a tremendous experience. And
please tell the story of the group that you mentioned. You said there was a wide range in ages, and they just were out there to enjoy themselves, and they just defined enjoyment in a different way.
Yes, this one regional group in my area, this Chesapeake group, they didn't want a lot of restrictions and a lot of tournaments and a lot of things where it was very intense and structured. They really were out there to make friends, meet people, get a little exercise, have a few glasses of wine. If you came once, it was fine. If you came back, it was fine. There was no pressure. And for all different women from different walks of life, they came together and just made a wonderful outing. And I think that is what helps bring women back to the game.
And do you think that if others were looking for, meaning men specifically, and I don't want this to be a battle of the sexes, but you think if men went in and said, let's drop that competitive thing, maybe they would find and have a different experience out there? I
think if a man said that, we'd all faint, because no man would ever say that. And I think for as a writer, I got a lot of my sort of ammunition from not so much from the golf course, but from sitting in the bar after rounds of golf, hearing stories told and the competition of who was against who, and all the different little tweaks and quirks and things that go on during and after. You have parents, you have sons, you have different people in the pecking order at work. Mm-hmm. You'll really? Notice some people that are out there to close the deal of business, and you'll know who is the person being sucked up to and who is the suckee, so to speak, of what's going on. It becomes very evident.
And do you think that, that for someone who is coming in for the first time, and this would be a woman player, is it intimidating?
It doesn't have to be. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be if you go in with the right mindset and with the right group. There are places here and in others, Washington Golf would be a good example of a place where you could find out where to go, that you could join a casual group. You really have to make clear your intentions. What are your intentions? Do you just want to get fit? Do you want to meet people? I think that it doesn't have to be a scary experience. And some people that go out, they really fall in love with it. I know as I have a friend who's a poet, and she wrote a poem about her seven-wood. And she had never played much before, but she went out, and between the beautiful day and the feeling of the wind, and she'd been having writer's block, but just getting outside and trying something new and different really helped cure her writer's block and brought her back. I have another friend that goes out. She doesn't play golf so much, but she bird watches because it's a great place to bird watch.
Interesting. And I have to find out, men generally are associated with anger. Have you ever lost it out there and you said, bent that Bertha? You ever yourself been frustrated? Have you seen that before? Well,
I have seen it, and I've played with a number of people. One time when I was playing with my son, he was getting frustrated because he's taking lessons. And I said, well, do you like it? He said, well, I like it, but you have to be quiet all the time. And I think that's another nice thing about introducing children to the sport is that they learn respect and decorum and rules and life lessons that really helps them as they grow. My brother is actually the high school golf coach up in New Paltz, New York.
Okay. And
he has seen his team really grow from freshmen to seniors under his tutelage, and it's a very rewarding experience. And so many of the parents have come to him and said, "What a great sport this is. We didn't know anything about golf."
Bridget Bell-Weber, thanks so much for speaking with us. This
Thank
has been
you.
fun. Enjoyed it very much. McCleary's Mulligan at local golf shops. Thanks again.